Okay, so before the break, we went over the rules for A, okay? So now, of course, we need to talk about the P and Q, right? So far, all the P and Q is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right, for everything. This one, we didn't fill that in, right? So for the last question we did, also P and Q are both 0, okay? A is half. So A controls opening, A also controls compress and expand. So next page, okay, so everyone please turn to page 35. So the third type of transformation is called translation. Translation is not translating the language, okay? This is translating here is represent the moving, okay? You can either move up and down, right? Or you can move left and right, moving the graph. So let's take a look at the first one. We'll start with writing out the APQ, okay? Just like before. So think about what's the value for APQ here. Nathan, what do you think? What's the APQ for this one?
A is 1.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? P is 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Q is 0.
Mm-hmm. Okay, any other suggestions? Anyone got different idea here, APQ? You
If
sure?
1, P is 0, Q is -3.
P is 0, Q is -3. Okay, so let's think about where, thank you. Okay, so where do we usually find APQ, right? So like I said, the A and Q is usually the easiest one. A is before the square. So let's take a look, right? Before the square is 1. So everyone got the A equal 1 correct. The confusing part is the P and Q. So the rule for Q, right? You find the A and Q first. Q is after the square, right? The square is here. So after that, then that has to be the -3. Okay? So make sure the Q is after the square. So there's nothing to add and subtract with the X, right? If you look at the ones that has the APQ, right? The one of the homework questions, before the square, we have 5. After the square, we have the -2, right? So this one is the P. You need to have a bracket, right? So this one doesn't have any bracket, so P should be the 0, okay? So good try, right? So in the future, you will know, right? So this one is also in APQ form, but it looks a little bit different, okay? So let's put that on the top. A is 1, P is 0, Q is -3. Okay, we'll start with using the same value for table. Okay, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. And then to get the y, right, based on the formula, right, it says x squared. After you square, you need to -3. Okay, so same drill. Please complete the table, draw the graph, and raise your hand. Okay. Please raise your hand when you're done. Okay, Aaron, can I get your y values, please?
1, -2, -3, -2, 1.
Okay, very good. 1, okay, so let me plot that. Anyone has different value for y? Anyone has questions? Okay, -2, 1. -1, -2. 0, -3, and then there. Okay, so graph. Right? Everyone got the same graph? So if we want to describe, right, by comparing with the basic, right, you can see that it's got moved, right, to somewhere else. So what happened? How would you describe in sentence? Brennan, how would you describe it? Compare with the basic.
It's below x-axis.
Yeah, so it's got moved up or down?
Down.
Downwards, right? By how many steps? How many boxes?
3.
3 boxes, very good. Okay, so if you compare the vertex, right, of the basic, vertex used to be 0, 0, right? Now every single point got moved downwards by 3, right? If you compare with this one, okay? Or you can also compare with the table, right? Table for the new one, and then you compare with the old one, right? 41014. Now it gets 3 times, like 3 steps lower, okay? So for this one, if you want to describe, you can say translate down 3 units. Okay, in your homework, you just need to write down 3 units, okay? It's fine. You don't need to write the word translate. But if you want to say in full sentence, then you say translate. Okay, so from this example, we can see that the Q, right, tells us that it's going down 3. So down is the negative, right? And then 3 is how many steps? So -3 tells you it's down 3. So if you found a Q that is +5, then it means it will go which way then? Sarah? If Q is 5, what does it mean?
It goes up 5 units.
Yeah, so it will be going up by unit. So Q controls up and down, okay? Either goes up or goes down depending on positive or negative, okay? So we'll write that rule down here. Q controls up or down, okay? Up and down. So this is also our rule for Q. So of course the P will control the left and right, right? You can either move the graph up and down, left and right. So let's take a look, right? So we'll write out the APQ once again. For next one. Okay, Eric, what's the APQ for this one?
A is 1,
Mm-hmm.
P is 3,
Yeah.
Q is 0.
0. Okay, so this one it doesn't have up and down, right? And then A is 1, it tells you it's opened up. And because it's not bigger than 1, not less than 1, so there is no expand or compression, okay? So for this one, right, any guess on what will happen then? Anyone? What happened to the graph? Which way are we moving?
Right?
Right side, okay? So if it's moving to the right, let's try, okay? If
Or actually, is it left?
we'll try, okay? Do you want to do left or right?
Left.
You don't think left? Okay. So if it's left side, right? Let's use the points that we have on the X on the previous one, right? -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. That's the x value. If we are moving to the left, then all the numbers should get smaller, right? Think about the ruler, right? The more to the left, the smaller the number is, or on the number line, right? So -2, if I move it to the left by 3, right? 3 steps. What's the x value then, Eric?
Wait, is it move it to the right 3 steps?
Well, I don't know. Up to you. You choose. You pick.
Oh.
You want to do left or right?
Um, I guess I'll go left.
You want to go left? Okay. So if it's -2, moving to the left,
I'll go -5.
-5. Okay. So we'll start the graph with -5 then. Okay. It doesn't matter if you get it right or wrong. Okay. We'll still learn, right? We'll learn why, right? So -5, we'll go from -5, -4, -3, -2, -1. Okay. And then we'll see what happens when we plug in. Okay. So to get a y value, it will be bracket, right? You need to take the x, so I'll draw the box, right? The number, subtract 3, right? And then square. Okay, so for example, the first x, I put it in, it will be -5 minus 3, that's -8. -8 squared, that's 64. Okay, so the first one is 64. So you guys continue plugging the numbers. Okay, when you finish the table, please raise your hand. So we'll do one more, right? -4, plug it in. -7 square, so 49. Those numbers are really big, right? So of course it won't fit in the grid here, okay? Please raise your hand if you finish the graph at the table, okay? Just the table. Okay, can I have Colin? What's your values in table?
64, 49, 36, 25, 16.
25, 16. Okay, so none of them actually fits inside, right? So, but we can see the pattern, right? The y is getting smaller and smaller. So eventually we should be able to fit it in the graph, right? In the grid. So let's keep on going then. Okay, we'll extend the table. Okay, very lucky we got space down there, right? So that's one. So we can do 0, right? -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and let's do another one. Okay, so if I plug in 0, that will give us 9. Okay, so complete the table again. Let's finish all the way to 4 and raise your hand. Okay. So for example, 1, plug it in. 1 minus 3, that's -2. Square, that will be 4. Okay. So raise your hand if you got the table. Okay, can I have Brennan? What's your answer for the y?
For 0, it's like 94101.
94101. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good. So let's plug it in. Okay, now the numbers starting from the 4101, I can fit it in, right? Okay, so let's graph that section. So 1 is 4. Up here, 2 is 1, right? 3 is 0, right? So looks like the parabola is bending up now. We can sort of see the vertex, right? If we graph one more, right? I'll extend the table one more. So 5 will give you a 4, right? So go back up, okay? So actually the complete parabola is here, right? Otherwise, right, the one on the left side, right, the value is too big out of the chart, okay? So it was a good guess, right? I would like you guys to try, right, to see what happens if you choose different directions. So you can see this graph is being shifted to the right side instead, right, instead of left. So take a look, right? The original is at the center, 0, 0. And then now the vertex for this one, right? Let's circle that. This is the vertex is at 3, 0 instead of 0, 0. Used to be here. Okay, I'll use the green one. Okay, dotted line. Dotted line is the original, the basic one. Right, being shifted. Okay, shifted to the right side. So we can just say is translate right 3 units. Okay, so this one is being controlled by P. Okay, P is 3, positive, right? It has a positive 3. Positive means it's the right, and then 3 means the number of steps. Okay, so if you want to translate to the left, then P has to be what, Eric? Left 3 units.
It has to be -3.
Yeah, okay. So that's the importance of the APQ, right? And each one of them controls different things. So let's write that down as our conclusion, okay? So P controls left or right, okay? Either left or right. If it's left, P is negative. If it's right, then P is positive, okay? Just like number line, right? Right side and up, going up is positive. Going left, going down is negative, okay? There's nothing to flip around. Okay, any questions? Okay, can you raise your hand if you are all clear up to now? Okay, perfect. Okay, so in the homework, it will have a mix of all the APQ together. Okay, so let's take a look at the question. Okay, so remember I asked you to repeat these ones. Okay, you can repeat on your end by yourself. Okay, A positive, open up. A negative, open down. Okay, absolute value A greater than 1, expand. Absolute value A less than 1, compress. And then you close your eyes, try to repeat that again. Okay, A positive, what happened? A negative, what happens? Absolute value A greater than 1, absolute value A less than 1. Okay, and then P controls which way? Okay, Q controls which way? The way I remember P and Q, right, so I don't confuse, is you think about alphabetical order. You have X and Y, right? X is horizontal, right? X is horizontal. And then the Y is up and down, right? And then P and Q is also alphabetical order. So P is like the X. So that's why P is controls the left and right. Q is after P, right? P, Q, R, S, T, right? Q is come after the P. So Q is like the Y. Okay, so you won't mix those two up, okay? Right, so let's try a few questions now. So for each one of them here, right? First thing, state the values of APQ. Okay, then describe the transformation. So describe means you describe the R, the S, and the T. Okay, what kind of reflection you have, whether it opens up or down, right? And then the S is you talk about, is it a vertical expand or compress, by how much? And then T is the translation, which way, okay? So go over first one together. So we'll start with APQ. Okay, so please write out APQ and raise your hand. Okay, so can I have Aaron? What's your value for APQ?
-2, -3, and -4.
Yep, very good. Okay, so sometimes the question will be in general form. Then you need to turn to APQ first, all right? And then now we will talk about the transformation. So we have R, S, and T. Okay, so for R, right, you just need to tell me whether it opens up or opens down. Okay, so your shirt, does it open up or down?
Opens down.
Yep, very good. Opens down. Okay. Yeah, if you have open down, you cannot have open up. Okay, so only one answer. Okay, now S, the stretching, you tell me whether it's vertically expand or compress. Okay, so Nathan, what do you think?
Vertically compress.
Okay, how do you know it's vertically compressed?
Because A is smaller than 1.
Okay, let's take a look at the rule. Okay, what's the value for A? Nathan, for this one, what's the value for A? Nathan,
Pardon?
what's the value of A?
-2.
Okay, so what was the rule for expand and compress? What's the rule?
If the two lines A is greater than 1, it's expand. If it's smaller than 1, it compresses.
Okay, the two line, you will say absolute value.
Absolute value, okay.
So absolute value means you ignore the negative sign. Okay?
Oh,
Yeah. So if you ignore the negative sign for the A, what's the number then?
just 2.
Yeah, so it's 2 bigger than 1 or less than 1?
Bigger than 1.
Yes, so you would say it's what?
Vertically expands.
Expand, yeah, very good, okay? So remember absolute value, right? You can put it on the side. Absolute value of -2 means you ignore the negative, so it'll be 2. So you look at the 2, 2 is bigger than 1, so that's why it's vertically expand. And expand by what? Colin? Colin, should we expand by what?
You vertically expand
Yeah.
by 2.
Yeah, by 2. Okay, so even though the A is -2, but you still use expand by 2. The negative controls open up and down. Okay, so it has nothing to do with the expansion. Okay, next one, the translation. Okay, translation, we have, you need to look at the P and Q. Okay, so remember the rule we just went over. P controls left and right, Q controls up and down. So what is the translation now? Aaron?
Can I think about this one?
2 down 4.
Say that again.
Can I think about this one real quick?
Yeah, you can think about this one. No rush. Okay, let me know when you are ready.
So it goes down 4,
Down 4. And
then up 3.
up 3. Okay, can you tell me why for down 4 and up 3? How did you come up?
Because the Q is -4, it goes down by 4.
And then
And since it's positive 3, it goes up 3.
what's the value for P?
Oh, wait, no, it should be a negative, so it would go down.
Go which way?
Like to the left.
Left. Okay, yeah. So left 3. Okay, so P is left and right, and P, because it's negative, so you will choose left. Okay, Q is up and down, and it's negative, so you choose the down. Okay, so this is the answer for transformation, right? Describing what happens. Okay, so please try these 3 questions, okay, on the right side, right? The B, C, D, right? I'll let you do these 3. And you can raise your hand, okay, when you finish all 3. Or if you have any questions, okay, you can ask me anytime. Please raise your hand if you finish all three. Okay, let's check the APQ first, all the APQ, okay? So can I have Colin, what's your APQ for B?
A equals 3,
Yep,
P equals 1, and Q equals 0.
yep, very good. And Sarah, what about C? APQ.
A equals negative 0.5.
Yep,
P equals negative 2, and Q equals 3.
yep, very good. Okay, and then for question D, Eric, APQ.
A is 2, P is 0, and Q is -4.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions so far? Anyone has different value and not sure why it's like that?
Jason.
Yeah, Nathan.
For D, aren't you supposed to like solve it first?
Okay, for D, this one is already in the APQ form. Okay, if you think about the APQ form, it looks like this, right? And then if you plug in the A as 2, right? P is 0 and Q is -4. Then you can see that in the bracket. You have, what do you see in the brackets?
0.
X minus 0.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah. Okay.
And that simplifies into just X, right? So that's why question D is very unique. You don't need to do the complete square, right? It's already in the standard form. Okay, just like question B, right? Question B is already in the standard form as well with the Q equal to 0. Okay, so let's go over RST. So for RST for B, okay, can I have your shirt? What's your R?
Opens up,
Opens up, and then S,
vertically expand by 3,
vertical expand by 3, yeah. And then,
right 1 unit.
yeah, right 1 unit. Okay, very good, thank you. Any question for this one? Okay, just follow the rules, right? Okay, question C. Can I have Brendan? What's your RST?
It opens down.
Opens down, good.
It compresses.
Which way?
Um,
You have to say vertical or horizontal, which way?
vertical.
Yeah, okay. Well, so far we only learn vertical. So vertical is only one. In grade 12, you have horizontal. Yeah, okay. Vertical compress by
And it goes
what?
2.
Not 2. Oh, somebody said it. By what?
Yes.
Huh? Brendan?
Um,
What's the value of A?
0.5.
Brendan? You there? What's the value of A? Are you there?
yeah, is it by 0.5?
Yeah, okay. You just ignore the negative sign, okay? And then the 0.5, right? It's negative 0.5, but ignore the negative. Okay, T.
And then it goes left 2 and up 3.
Yeah, very good. Left 2 units, up 3 units. Okay, last one here. Can I have Aaron answer this one? Question D.
For R, it opens up.
Opens up, very good.
It vertically expands by 3.
Vertical expand by what?
Wait, no, it's 2.
By 2, good. And then
It's down -4.
down, how many?
4 units.
4, okay? So remember, don't say down -4. It will be like double negative there, right? So the negative already tells you it's down, okay? So down -4. Now in the homework, you might get question that has A equal to 1. So for example, you can make a note here. If you get question like this one, let's say x minus 3 squared plus 5, okay? So what's the R then? What's the reflection here? Eric?
There's no reflection.
No reflection, right? Or you can just tell me it opens up, okay? And then S, what about S then? Sarah?
There's
Say that again, sorry.
no, there's no.
None,
That's
okay, yeah. Okay, S, the A here is equal to 1, right? So it's not bigger than 1, it's not smaller than 1, so you can say there's no expansion or compression, or you can just tell me it's none. Okay, there's no stretching, no shrinking, okay? And then T is the usual thing, right? This one is right 3, up 5. Okay, so if it's something like this, when A is equal to 1, then it's just none for the stretching shrinking. Okay, any questions about today's lesson? I think we just ended right on time, right? Any questions? Are we all good?
You'll update the homework on the Google Classroom, right?
Of course, yeah. So later on, right? Later today, I will upload, right? Update the homework because I have another class after you guys, all right? So it won't be that soon, okay? I know you're all so eager to do the homework. Okay, and then homework will include 2 things. One is the corrections, right? So you just upload the correction to the correction post, okay? Don't put it into the homework one. And then there's a homework 2, okay? So every week will be similar to this. And then when you upload to the homework 2, make sure you also include the notes, right? Like this page and also this page that you took in class. Okay, so that will be all for today. If you have any more questions, you can stay after, okay? Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.